doing live. Invitation. I don't know why I have a Beatles song going on here, but hopefully everyone can see and hear me. How is everyone doing today? How do I sound? Is the sound good? Let me see what I sound like. Is the sound... Yeah, sound actually sounds pretty good. Let's see. Alright, that should all be good, I think. I think we're good. How is everybody? Hello, Punk Rock Zoologist. Hello, Just Carowin, Miss Wicked Wolf, Foxwing, Enforcer 6K, Q Claude, Corey McGivney, Jason Knott, Nessie the Hempinsky. I'm sorry if I'm screwing people's up names. I know you probably told me before, but I am just terrible with names. I screw up my own family's names. Don Nichols, how are you? Lizamon's voice. I hope Carlisle the Cinephile. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Hari, Garrison, how is everybody? Music is a little high. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Okay. Trey! Hey, Try, how are you? I'm glad you actually made it to my last California live stream. Hello, Mouse Pounder, Jolly, Seal. How is everybody? I am. If anyone, oh my gosh. That's evident of it. That wasn't even planned. Oh god, I'm like stuck in it. Ugh, that was a face. Sorry about that. That was not actually planned, but yeah, I have been getting ready to move. Yeah, I have some boxes in the background, as you can see. That's actually most of my boxes are actually in the other room. Everything's pretty much packed away except for this wall of things that I'm going to be using for my Star Trek Discovery review tonight. So basically, once I do my Star Trek Discovery review tonight, this wall's coming down. And then I'm basically all packed and I'm heading out on Friday. So I'll be honest, I am exhausted right now. So I am absolutely exhausted. Oh, Ulysses, I'm sorry you have a fever. I hope you're feeling better. I'm sending you love. Good to see you, Gozer, and opinions no one cares about. But yeah, so I'm kind of exhausted. I am so tired right now. I've been dealing with so much stuff. It's been a week. It's been a week. But I have a new apartment lease is signed. This apartment, unfortunately, is giving us problems, especially today. I'll get into that later if anyone's interested. Punk Rock Zoologist, I'm honestly not doing that. I'm sorry. My best friend is going through some really bad stuff, and I feel very helpless with all of us in lockdown. I'm sorry, Punk Rock Zoologist. That sucks. I know that feeling when it's like... when someone's going through stuff and you don't really know what you're able to do. I definitely understand that very much. So I'm sorry that you have to go through that. So sending you love. Yeah, I mean, I am staying up to watch... I'm so tired, to be honest, but I am staying up to watch Star Trek Discovery tonight. Kind of need it at this point. It's been kind of hectic, but yeah, I'm very excited for Star Trek Discovery tonight. I'm moving the Leprechaun Master. I officially move on Friday, so the current plan, as it stands, is I have everything packed except for just a few things. I'm going to finish packing everything tomorrow. I have a U-Haul that I'm picking up. I'm picking up my U-Haul Friday morning, have some movers that are going to come and help me move. And then we're going to get everything in the car. I'm going to hitch my car on the back of the U-Haul, and I'm going to be driving up to Sacramento. I have a friend in Sacramento that I'm going to be spending the night with. And then and then I might spend Saturday hanging out with my friend, depending on how much driving I feel like doing. But Sunday, I am driving the rest of the way all the way up to Seattle, and then Monday I pick up my keys Monday morning and unload everything, and then I have a week before I start the new job to unload everything. So I'll have a week to get everything sort of set up and nice and get sort of nicely set up in there, and I'll probably do videos or something or other at some point to show that the new apartment. Hey, Council, it's good to see you. I'm sorry. I apologize. My brain's a little bit off, or I'm low energy today. Like I said, I'm exhausted. I've been packing and dealing with logistics, and this current apartment too has been a pain in the butt as well. Because we've had issues with the apartment for a really long time, And so we finally sent a letter to them today. I won't talk too much about it because it's legal stuff, but I've sent a letter to them today, and they basically said, no, we're not dealing with any of that. You pay us the money. So, yeah, that's frustrating. So I got to pay for this apartment for 3 more months, which on top of moving, so that's going to be fun. But, yeah, we're doing it. We'll deal with it. Yes, you override Council of Geeks. It's a party now. Well, I am glad the party's only getting started. I am very excited, Try. I am very, very excited. Just exhausted. So, let's see. I am coming to Seattle. Scott, I did a video on it last week if you're curious about all the details, but I got a new job up there, so I'm very excited about all of that. Oh, well, thank you so much, Leprechaun Master. I'm sorry to see you go. And thank you, Nathaniel Robinson, for wishing me good luck on the move. Oh, and learning curves. Sorry, I saw your... This is the evidence of my brain right now. I saw your super chat, and I just, like, did not process it whatsoever. Well, thank you very much, Learning Curves. I really appreciate the super chat. Oh, snap. Finally got to see a live stream as it's happening. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that you were able to join us. So, sending you love, and thank you for the super chat. I absolutely adore you, and thank you for being here. Is your background going to stay the same in the new digs? We'll see. I mean, this thing right here is coming with me, obviously, as are all the toys and stuff on it. We'll see what the setup is. I'm able to set up there. I might shift it a little bit, might keep it the same. We'll sort of see how everything goes. Like I said, I'll have a week, so I'll probably be playing with it. And I'll probably be playing it well after the week. So, yeah, sometimes it's nice to just change things up. So I might keep it the same. I might change it up. We'll see. I am not committing to anything as of yet until I get there. Well, thank you very much. I am very excited. I mean, honestly, like, if I'm going to be honest with you, part of the reason I'm so tired is it's 90 degrees here in LA. 90. It's 90 degrees in the middle of October. I hate everything. So I'm just glad to get out because I am tired of heat. I am just so done with it. I'm so done with it. Did you choose the apartment? I did choose the apartment, yes. New bosses did not choose the apartment for me. They're not that controlling, Jesus. No, yeah, it's a new apartment. It's in Wellington? No, Wallingford, excuse me. It's in Wallingford. So if anyone, yeah, it is 90 degrees. In fact, officially earlier today, I think it's cooled down a little bit to like 80 something at the moment. But according to my weather app, if you want to see, it's telling me Seattle is 61 degrees. I wish I had that. Yep. So it's cooled down a little bit, but let's see if you can see on my app here. Well, I guess it was 87, but right now it's 81. But earlier today, as you can see, it was 87 right there. I don't know if you can really see that on the blown out screen there, but yeah, it's hell. It's hell. It's hell. It's hell. I do have, yeah, I do have a lot of jackets. Like half my closet is jackets joystick. Half of it is joystick. So yeah, I am so excited to finally get, I want it to be cold. I want to be freezing. I want to freeze my butt off. So I am so excited for that. Hello, Evelyn. Nice to see you here. So yeah. So, whew. I am so ready. Someone was asking about Halloween movies. What have I seen in terms of Halloween movies? I actually haven't watched it a lot, just because I've been kind of busy for obvious reasons. What have I watched? I need to look at my thing. I watched Devil Wears Prada for the first time this weekend. Is that a horror movie? Oh, okay, yeah. I watched Save Yourselves, which was like a sci-fi comedy movie. Which... it's like a sci-fi comedy horror alien invasion thing. I liked it. I was kind of a bit annoyed because it didn't resolve anything. It didn't seem to have like a point. It's kind of this indie comedy movie that I really liked quite a bit, but it just didn't seem to have a point. It kind of ended on this blah note. I was fine with the alien invasion going on in the background was really funny, and I thought the characters were well done. But it just ends on this sort of like, yeah, we're not going to really resolve any of their character details sort of things. So, kind of disappointed me there. But it was a solid movie up until the ending. Oh, well, thank you so much, Yetz. Excuse me, apologies if I say your name wrong. Yetzit? Apologies if I say your name wrong, but thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. You are too kind. You're cute and awesome. Keep it up. I appreciate that. Sending you love. You are awesome, and you are way too kind. But yeah, so I watched Save Yourselves. What else did I watch? I watched Peninsula, which was the Train to Busan sequel. It was fine. I didn't hate it. It was just kind of like a good zombie movie, but it didn't really transcend anything like Trains to Busan did. I don't think I watched anything else. The one I did a video on, which was Scare Me. I really like Scare Me. Probably the best one that I'm gonna do. Hari Garrison asks, how is Seattle in terms of trans healthcare? I was thinking about going there last year, but it looked to me like it was meh, and the Bay Area is close enough to commute for surgery. As far as I was aware, I didn't have any problems when I was there before. I worked for Microsoft. Well, technically, I worked for another company. It was like a contract for Microsoft, but I was officially working at Microsoft full time. So technically, I worked at Microsoft, but I was technically an employee of another company, even though I was at Microsoft, 24/7 or 24/5, whatever. 8/5. 40-day work day. I was at Microsoft at a desk at Microsoft. And so the healthcare that I had through that was all fairly trans affirming. I had no real major issues. I was going to get breast augmentation and FFS through that health insurance, and it seemed like it was going to cover it, or at least a decent chunk of it. But obviously, I ended up not being able to keep the job for various reasons, and so wasn't able to continue with that. But the healthcare there seemed fine. But again, it kind of depends on your job, and I think a company that you're contracting with Microsoft for will have decent healthcare. So we'll sort of see. But from everything I've seen, I didn't have any issues. Like the doctors I was able to get to, like my doctor was fairly trans aware. There seems to be a decent amount of LGBTQ community and things like that. So I would think so, but I haven't like looked into the super high details of it. I want to watch Haunting of Bly Manor as well. I haven't had the time to watch Haunting of Bly Manor. I kind of watched Cobra Kai as I've been packing. I've been watching Cobra Kai and been very much enjoying it. But it's kind of a predictable show, so it was a nice show to like kind of put on in the background where it's like, oh, I can pay attention to it, but I don't have to pay too much attention to it. And so Haunting of Bly Manor is one of those ones that I actually want to pay a lot of attention to because I loved Haunting on Hill House. I was very excited about Haunting on Hill House. So I'm excited to see Bly Manor. I am moving to Wallingford, I believe is the neighborhood. I used to live in the University District when I first moved to Seattle a few years ago. But I'm now moving to Wallingford area, which will be nice. I like that area quite a bit. The only thing I'm sad about is I do improv, and there was an improv company in the University District that I loved going to and doing classes at and seeing shows at. And so now I'm not going to be walking distance to that improv theater, which is sad. But I'll still probably hang out with a lot of my friends because I have like an improv group of friends there, and they all seem to still hang out together. So I'm excited to hopefully reconnect with a bunch of them. Katie Dunn, you should give it a try. Give Cobra Kai a try. I really liked it. I've been enjoying it. It's nothing like super shocking. It's like a nice evolution of the Karate Kid story. I'm so sorry, Buddha Punk. Oh my gosh, my brain is dead. I literally see the super chats and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then I forget. I'm so sorry, Buddha Punk. My brain is off today. Buddha Punk, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Good luck with your Seattle. Good luck with Seattle. Ugh. Good luck with Seattle. Glad you're getting to live your dream and get to a better headspace. Namaste. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You are way too kind and super wonderful. I appreciate that. So, sending you love as well. Thank you, Buddha Punk. And sorry that my brain is just off with the super chats. If I miss a super chat again, please yell at me. Please yell at me, chat, because I don't want to miss. I want to make sure I say thank you and address the super chats. I just like my brain is not here today. So, I'm talking to you, Katie Dunn. I'm talking directly to you. If you look away from the chat, I'm going to be talking right at you. I know I'm watching you. Oh, Evelyn, thank you so much. You are way too kind. A heart to you as well. Thank you for the super chat. All the love. And Gozer, you asked, yeah, Seattle is, so... Yeah, obviously you have the United States for, I'm assuming, UK friends and non-American friends as well, other non-American friends. You have, East Coast, West Coast. East Coast, you have, like, you have your New York Cities up here. You have your Florida, like Miami down here. And then California is down here, this sort of big state here. And I live in Los Angeles, is down towards the bottom of it. And then San Diego's a little bit lower. And then way up here is Seattle, sort of like across the way from about the same, like, I think it's a little bit more north than New York City, but not by much. But it's about the same, like, sort of, what is it, longitude as New York City, somewhere in that vicinity. So significant weather difference, even though they're on the same coast. So Seattle is 3 hours north of Portland. I have taken the trip before quite a bit, 3 times before I took a day trip and I'm back to see a movie with a friend. Yeah, I mean, I want to go see Portland. I've only driven through Portland, but I've never actually stopped in it. So I would love to see Portland. So hopefully I will get the chance now that I want to be nearer. Well, Corey, I am very excited that KT Dunn giggles like a schoolgirl when I mention her. Should I just say KT Dunn over and over and over again just to make her laugh? Miss Wicked Wolf, do you work out? Yes, I do. I used to work out back before the pandemic. I would work out at least 4 times a day, or not 4 times a day, 4 times a week, excuse me. Sometimes 5 times a week, usually for an hour. Once the pandemic started, I had actually just had breast augmentation surgery, so there was like 2 or 3 months where was like expressly told not to work out really hard, and then so because of that, plus the pandemic, it was sort of hard to get back into it. I've been trying lately to get better at working out, so I've been trying to do at least like 100. My current workout is I try to do about 100 squats, 100 sit-ups, 100 like ab crunches as well. And then at least every day or two, every other day essentially is kind of come down to. So 100 of those every other day. And then I try and take a walk or a run at least once a day. So every day I'll take at least a walk or a run unless it's the weekend. So. It's my stream, KT Dunn. I'll do it whatever I want. If I want to spend my entire stream saying your name over and over and over and over again, KT Dunn, that's how I will do my stream. Yeah, I do 100. I try and do 100. I try and do 100 sit-ups, 100 ab crunches, and then 100 squats every other day. So that's what I try to do. John Ferreira, thank you so much for the super chat, sending you love. Hope this helps you a little bit, you beautiful person. Oh, well, thank you so much. Good luck with the move and keep up the outstanding work. Thank you so much. It does help, and also it just helps to know that you are a wonderful, amazing person who is part of the community. So thank you so much for your kindness and your generosity, and I'm sending you love, and you are an absolutely beautiful person as well. So I should do it here so you can like see my mouth, but sending you love. I noticed yeah, so I agree, some random. So LA doesn't really ever rain, especially this time of year. It will rain a little bit towards like winter time. So like December, January, it'll rain like maybe once a week for about 2 months. So you'll get like, I don't know, like 10 maybe if you're lucky days of rain throughout the year, but that's it. And like I've said before, I try to I love rainy days. Rainy days are my favorite thing. I love being inside on a slightly cold, chilly day. It's raining out. I can curl up with a blanket and my cat. Hopefully a partner at some point. But at the very least, a blanket, a cat, a cup of tea, and watch a movie or something or a TV show. That's my favorite thing to do. So. It is not the Mass Effect Andromeda official soundtrack you hear. You hear the Star Trek Online official soundtrack. Though I didn't hate Mass Effect Andromeda. I actually am one of the few people that did not hate Mass Effect Andromeda from its start. I actually thought Mass Effect Andromeda is a solid game. Did it knock my socks off like Mass Effect Trilogy did? No. But the Mass Effect Andromeda I thought was an overly derided game for what it was. To be fair, it was being held to a much higher standard, but I liked it. Let's see, 2 questions here. Some random geek asked, question, how do you feel going to an anarchist jurisdiction of Seattle? Do you fear the anarchists there like me? No, I don't. I'm not at all afraid. So I am not at all afraid of that. And then the other question is, are you going to do a season review of Raised by Wolves? Probably. I mean, I've watched the whole season. I liked it. The hard thing with Raised by Wolves, why I really, really enjoyed it and liked it, my impetus would be like to dive into the philosophy of it, because at this point there's no necessary reason to do a review, because it's kind of already past that point. Oh boy, you're gonna get me on Council of Geeks. You're gonna get me on Mass Effect 3. I will talk about Mass Effect 3's ending in a minute, because I have many thoughts that are slightly different from the norm. But if I was going to do a video on Razor Wheels, I would love to do a philosophy video on it, and I just don't have the energy or time at the moment to do a deep dive on that, because obviously I have the move. The next thing that I'm like trying to write is I want to write a thing on the Expanse. Also do something on Farscape too, because we've been in Council of Geeks. You and I have been doing the Farscape podcast. So I do want to write something on Farscape. I'm thinking about doing a video on, once I have the energy to write it, to talk about the sexual openness of Farscape and how much I really like how Farscape handles sexuality with maturity, as opposed to Star Trek, which like was very like it was either very mature or very male focused in Star Trek. Roddenberry was very open and somewhat mature about sexuality, but he was also very, very, I don't even say heteronormative, but very male focused and guy focused. And then later on, when Rick Berman took more control of Star Trek, it was very much more very heteronormative, very like women should always be the sexy catsuit people. So I want to kind of compare that to Farscape, which I think does a really, really great job of talking about sexuality in a very mature way, especially for the time. So that's the video I want to do, and then I want to do something on the Expanse and talk about fascism versus socialism, and sort of compare and contrast Mars versus Earth there. I think that'd be kind of fun as well. So I just gotta get the energy. I gotta write that Expanse one pretty soon too, because the Expanse just announced its new season is coming. So I thought I would have a little bit more time before. I didn't even know they had already filmed season 5 of The Expanse, so I thought I was going to have more time to get that one prepped, but I guess I'm going to have to jump on that in the near future, so. There will be an Expanse video, probably in December or January, my assumption would be. So. Oh, Council of Geeks, you asked about Mass Effect 3 ending. So I will say for this might get me in trouble. I guess it's not that controversial anymore. I liked the Mass Effect 3 ending. I was very much someone who, to be fair, I subscribe to the indoctrination theory version of the ending, that everything that you see in the final, like when, spoilers for the ending of Mass Effect 3, when Shepard ascends to the Citadel at the end of that game, that everything that you see there is actually just the Reapers trying to manipulate Shepard's mind. Which there's whole videos that I actually would highly recommend. There's one of my favorite videos of all time. I'd have to see if I can find it. Does this really great job of editing all together all the evidence for the indoctrination theory. And I don't think it was intended by the writers, but I think that all the evidence, you could read it that way, and I think it makes it much more interesting. And I like the fact that if you choose to kill the Reapers in that ending, that's the only ending that that Shepard lives, because if you do that, Shepard like breathes at the end of that. So I actually really like the ending. But I've always been someone who likes the sort of like non-committal 2001 Odyssey, like what the hell just happened mind trip ending. I will say it was a bit lazy in the sense that, like, yeah, all the endings are different color coded, but I don't hate the ending all that much. So well, you're the one that asked about it, Council of Geeks. All right, so whatever. What was your favorite part of the season finale of Lower Decks? My favorite part was the spoiler, Titan. So I wanted to give a little bit of a spoiler warning there. So I won't spoil too much of the Lower Decks finale, because I know a lot of people out there, because Lower Decks sadly hasn't had international distribution yet. So no major spoilers, but the one moment that I did like that was like a small moment of the series was just Riker coming out and saying, referencing "These are the voyages." I loved that. That was great. So I did like that little bit. So Let's see. Did you ever play Dragon Quest? Dragon Quest was the old, Dragon Quest was the one that was like the animated art style one that like you had to like time everything at the right moment. I remember I didn't play that game when it came out, but I did have it on the phone because with Dragon Quest they did release it on the phone and I liked that version of it. And then they also had a horror themed one that was very similar, but it was just horror themed, and I really, really, really liked that game quite a bit. But I could never beat it as a kid. It was always way too hard, and I had the game. I loved it so much. The horror, whatever the horror themed one was, I forget what it was called. So, Dragon's Lair. Yes, that's what you're. You're right, KT Dunn. That is Dragon's Lair, not Dragon's Quest. Dragon's Quest. Oh, Yes, you're right. Dragon's Quest is the like turn-based, like very famous Japanese RPG. Game. I will say I don't play it that much. To be very honest with you, I am not a big fan of JRPGs. That isn't like an insult against them. I don't like turn-based games. I also don't like the storytelling as much. I played a couple Final Fantasies. I played like Final Fantasy VII Remake I played recently. And I played a few other Final Fantasies here and there that I can't remember off the top of my head. But generally, as a rule, I don't play many JRPGs. I think the only one that has like my interest mildly peaked are the Persona games. So I do want to get the Persona games a chance at some point. But generally, I probably am not if you're gonna ask me about a JRPG series, I probably don't play it that much because just because I don't particularly like that type of gameplay. But that's just me. That's not an insult to anyone else. I did say KT Dunn again, and I just said it again there. I should do like a game every time, take a shot every time I say KT Dunn's name. Do you like point and click games? I do. I do like point and click games. My personal, weirdly, my personal favorite games are indie games, like walking simulator indie games. Like, I'm trying to think of Gone Home, I really love. These aren't my only ones, but Gone Home I really love. These are kind of adventure games, but basically Life is Strange I really love. What Remains of Edith Finch I really love. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture I really love. I also love horror games, so basically all the Resident Evil games I deeply, deeply enjoy. I adore all the Resident Evil games. I enjoy good, like, basically if something has a really good story that'll hook me the most, and a good story with a decent, like, gameplay loop that doesn't require me to know too many systems. The problem I get bogged down in with, especially in a lot of modern games today, is, like, I just have to, like, I want to spend as little time as possible in a menu dealing with equipment. That's my basic rule for video games. Like, if you have me spending more than like 5 to 10 minutes dealing with equipment in a game, I will probably not play it. So, yeah. Favorite Resident Evil game? Probably Resident Evil 2 Remake. I really, really liked Resident Evil 2 Remake quite a bit. I played that game so many times. In fact, I kind of am jonesing to play it again, to be very honest with you. I love Resident Evil 2 Remake. Probably before then, I really enjoyed 4. I mean, that's kind of the standard answer. I also liked 7. So. I also, PT is a really good horror game I love. Until Dawn. Oh, I love Until Dawn so much. One of my favorite games of all time, Until Dawn. Adore that game so much. Well, Corey, KT Dunn, and I must be on the same wavelength because What Remains of Edith Finch is one of my favorite games of all times. So, sorry, I'm just giving every excuse to say KT Dunn at this point, and you got me started on this. Outlast, I like Outlast. So the problem with Outlast, we're talking about Outlast. That's the mental hospital game, right? I did like it. But my best friend of all time, we were living in the same apartment, and so I started playing Outlast, and he will remember this. I need to get Lucian on this channel at some point because all of you would love Lucian, one of my favorite people of all time. Anyways, that's an aside. But you will remember this. I started playing Outlast, and I go into the basement, and I just saw the super chat, but I want to finish this up. But I will say thank you very much in a second, Jay. You go into the basement of that game, and there's the guy who will like chase after you, and you have to hide from him the entire time. I was trying so hard to hide from that dude in that basement for like 20 minutes, trying to like turn around, turn everything on. But then I got seen by him, and I just started screaming at the top of my lungs, going, "Ah!" and just jumped all over the map, just turning on all the switches, trying to get through, because I was just so scared. And I'm going, "Ah!" and just ruined all the tension of the moment because I was just running through and screaming. One of my favorite things. Good to see you go, or not good to see you go. Good to see you, Council of Geeks. Sorry that you have to leave a little bit early. And Jay, sorry. Now I can. Now that I've finished my thought. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are way, way, way too kind. Sending you love. I really appreciate it. Sending you all the love. Thank you for the super chat, Jay. Let's see. Were you a fan of the Venture Brothers, says Cass the Last, and how do you feel about the news that it's now canceled? I was a big fan of Venture Brothers. One of my exes got me into Venture Brothers, and I loved it. Actually, funnily enough, the last time I watched Venture Brothers, like, I got into it when I moved to Seattle the first time, so I was, like, watching new episodes of it as I was going through. When I first moved to Seattle and was, like, unpacking. I have distinct memories of that. I really liked Venture Brothers. I think some of the early seasons of that show were a little bit transphobic, but I forgive it because it gets a little bit better about it later on, so the writers were clearly maturing up, which I appreciated. And I just think it was a very clever and funny sort of look at the superhero genre and sort of that like Johnny Quest sort of 80s sort of thing. I particularly adored Venture Brothers, and I am sad to see it end. I hope that they are able to get a pickup or something somewhere, especially now that it has a Star Trek connection, because I think the same company, Titmouse, I think is the company. They also do Lower Decks, do some work on Lower Decks, so there's a bit of a crossover there. If I'm recalling correctly, I might have my production company screwed up, but I believe that is the case. So, let's see. What about the wildfires? Is it safe to drive right now? I checked last week. From what I can see, the wildfires shouldn't be a problem with my drive. I might drive near them, so it'll probably get smoky at some point during my drive, but I think I should be fine if I take the right route, and I shouldn't have to worry about the wildfires. But we'll see. Hopefully we'll be able to avoid them. And what else was there? I was thinking of something else too that I wanted to mention. I also have to figure out. I have this dumb thing. So I have this dumb thing. Well, it's not dumb. Why am I saying it's dumb? Why am I judging myself? Don't judge yourselves, people. Don't tell yourself that something is dumb when it's actually something you like about yourself. But last night I was taking a walk, and I'm like, oh, I was thinking about something, and I started having a thought about road trips. I'm like, I should do a video on road trips, which now means that I had to spend that entire evening writing a video about road trips, because that's how my brain works. Like, I have a thought, I need to write a video now. So I have to also figure out how to film a video while I'm doing that as well. I think I have a few ideas. Don't worry, I'll do it safely. I'm not going to be doing anything, but I am going to do a video on the philosophy of road trips in pop culture. So that'll be fun. I need to figure out how to shoot it. Probably going to shoot it on my iPhone. So you're going to get a video on road trips at some point during my trip out. I already have it written, and I just need to figure out how to shoot it in the next couple days. So we'll figure it out. But I think it'll be stopping at some gas stations and stuff and filming, because I have some stuff about like stopping at gas stations and things. So should be interesting. Should be fun. Talking about how like mobility in America is an important thing. So don't worry, I'm not gonna do it while I drive or anything. Or if I do, I'll figure out a way to do it safely. So. Fan of Bob's Burgers. I do like every episode I've seen of Bob's Burgers. I've just never sat down and watched all of it. I used to watch all those shows regularly, like the Fox animation stuff. I used to watch every Sunday. You watched every episode of Simpsons, Family Guy, and American Dad, just all the way through. But I don't think I have not sat down and watched Bob's Burgers all the way through in a long time. So, to be honest with everybody, I love road trips. To be honest with you, I put on an audiobook. I have the new Star Trek. There's a new Star Trek book that came out, so I have the new Star Trek audiobook to listen to for the ride. I have a few other books I want to listen to probably the new Hunger Games book that came out. I was thinking about listening to some audio dramas, things like that. So I am probably, so I am actually very excited to do a road trip. So the only thing I don't like about this road trip, KT Dunn. I'll make sure to say KT Dunn. I'll say it. But, oh gosh, why am I blanking on the word? I got distracted by KT Dunn. I forgot what the thought was. Sorry. Dan Olson did a road trip and how it relates to No Man's Sky and the loneliness of travel. Ooh, thank you, some random. I will save that link. That sounds absolutely wonderful. I do like folding ideas. It's a good channel. Go. And back to the chat. I lost the chat. There we go. Thoughts on Mulan 2020? I thought it was fine. I liked Mulan 2020, but I liked the original more. I thought it was just fine. Everyone was up in arms about it. I mean, the behind the scenes stuff I don't like the stuff that they filmed in a certain area of China that I didn't even know the specifics of it, but I know it had something to do with the Uyghurs and the way the Uyghurs are being treated, and they filmed in an area that sort of like was ignoring the Uyghur situation in China. Sadly, I did not look into the specifics of it, and I really should. But in terms of like the actual movie and digesting the movie, I thought it was just fine, which is my thought on most of the Disney remakes, that I don't have any strong opinions on them. I'm like, that was okay. That was a movie that existed. I'm okay with it. So. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much, Marge. I really appreciate that. Sending you love. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Punk Rock, you asked about Gravity Falls. I have started Gravity Falls. I haven't gotten that far. I actually was going to watch it while I was packing, but I wanted to focus on it because I know Gravity Falls has like a lot of ongoing storylines through it and a lot of like stuff that you need to pick up on. So I didn't want to miss any of the stuff sorry, my brain is starting to die because tired. Gravity Falls. So I do want to watch Gravity Falls at some point, but I just haven't had a chance to get to it, or more of it, I should say. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Turn my brain back on. I know, Maisie Summers, it's weird when you turn live streams to 2 times, because then I talk really, really fast, and if I go so wait. If you're going to turn your playback speed to 2 times speed, maybe I should talk really slow. And there we go. That's all. That's about all I will do of that. Let's see. Now I know what Jessie meant when she said LA was cosplaying as Blade Runner 2049. No, like for about 2 weeks here. Back when at the height of the when I think the wildfires are actually worse depending on where you're at. But in terms of in the area here, outside looked all orange and gray and overshown and just full of ash. It would looked like straight out of Blade Runner 2049. I kid you not. Five Nights at Freddy's. I know someone keeps asking about that. I actually haven't played Five Nights at Freddy's. From what I've seen, they seem fine. They're they're kind of like a jump scary kind of game. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of got the idea of it, and so I didn't have any thoughts on it. I did see that Dexter. I agree. Yeah, they are reviving Dexter, which should be interesting. That was another show that I missed. I just knew it. I knew Dexter ended terribly, but from what I've heard, this new Dexter Revival is going to be coming back with the same actor and the same showrunner from before Dexter got bad. So like, it's bringing back the original showrunner of Dexter, not the one that sort of ended off the show. So maybe they'll be able to fix it for fans. That's another series I do need to watch and get into. So, Kate, I have not watched Coneheads, unfortunately. I do know of it. My stepdad loved it, but I never got into it. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking for if anyone has any more questions, let me know. Someone asked about The Boys from Amazon. I loved The Boys. That's another... See, the problem with The Boys is I want to do a video on The Boys, Hey, Pedro, nice to see you. I want to do a video on The Boys, but it's so hard because I'm like, I want to dive into the inner themes and subtext of a work. And when it comes to The Boys, it's kind of like, well, the actual text of the show is the literal superhero who represents nationalism, has sex and crazy wild sex with the superhero who represents literal Nazism and talking about white genocide, whose conflict is directly being created and manufactured and manipulated by a capitalist organization for their own benefit, who then also funds government like programs, and both liberals and conservatives are in the government are working for the capitalist organization and not actually helping anybody. And I just sit there and I'm like, it's not exactly subtle about its themes. So I do really love The Boys, and I want to do a video on it. I just really don't know how, because it's like I just be telling you what happened, because the themes are very explicit because they use the superheroes as like the themes. So I would recommend it. It's a great show, but it's not a subtle show, even in the slightest. So Aya Cash's Stormfront was fantastic. I loved her. I will say, Punk Rock Zoologist, when it comes to The Boys, it is not for everyone. It's definitely like got a lot of what's the best way to put it? It's very my brain is kind of dead at the moment to think of words. Heightened and over the top and a bit like edgy, but I think it does it pretty well. So, hey, This Glorious Clockwork, how are you? You are absolutely wonderful. It's good to see you here. So, I am in California, Davlin, until Friday. And then after Friday, I'm out. I'm pacing. Done. Sorry, I just got a message from somebody. I just need to check. Cool. Let me see something. Let's see. Am I a marathon runner? God, no. God, no. I would love to run a marathon, but I don't have the energy for that. Dear Jesus. See. Are you up to date with Magnus Archives? I can't remember. And if you're so, what are your thoughts on Magnus 182? Which one's 182? I am caught up in the Magnus Archives. I do want to do a video on the Magnus Archives. Sorry, my brain is just like on and off right now. I do want to do a video on the Magnus Archives because I love the Magnus Archives so much. One of my favorite podcasts of all time. One of my favorite horror things of all time. In fact, if you are looking for like a horror audio drama, and you're a fan of like Lovecraft and stuff, but don't want all the racism of Lovecraft, like, oh my God, please go listen to the Magnus Archives. One of the best things ever. So, I know, This Glorious Clockwork, I'm sorry. Don't worry, I will come back to California to visit and see people. Don't worry. I have, at the very least, one of my best friends is getting married, and I am a bridesmaids, that's what it is. I'm a bridesmaid for a friend. So I will be back in California for her wedding, so you will at least get a chance to see me at some point. But no, Punk Rock Zoologist, I will say The Boys is actually much deeper than What If Superman Were the Bad Guys. It's actually a much deeper critique than that. I mean, the guy who there is like Superman is the bad guy, but I think there's a much deeper critique going on there than that. It's just not subtle. It's very deep and thoughtful. Like, I think the things that it is critiquing are actually very well articulated. It's just not subtle about it. But lack of subtlety does not mean lack of nuanced thought, if that makes sense. So. What if yeah, that's a better way to put it, This Glorious Clockwork. The Boys is not what if Superman were the bad guy. It's what if America was the bad guy. Which, yeah. What's your least favorite Trek movie? Ooh. Least favorite, I like them all in their own way. There's like some kernels of them. I probably would have to say Probably Star Trek Nemesis. Probably. Mostly because I find it the least interesting. It doesn't, like, it has the kernel of a good idea of, like, I like that nature versus nurture idea that it starts to set up between Shinzon and Picard in Star Trek Nemesis. But it doesn't really do anything with it. Like, Shinzon's just sort of a whiny boy the entire time. Like, I wish they had just done something with, like, Shinzon evolved a little bit. Or, like, maybe if they wanted to have a message about nature versus nurture, like, maybe at the end, Shinzon betrays the Remans and actually is like, no, I am a good guy. I don't want to try and reject the Picard legacy. I want to live up to the Picard legacy. And it would actually kind of be a Trekkian theme of, like, oh, I will do the right thing in the end. And not just, like, try and react against, like, this guy because I'm a petulant child. So I'm disappointed by that. There's also just a lot of plot conveniences, like the fact that a slave race, the Remans, were able to build the strongest ship in all of Star Trek is convenient. Plus, also, the stuff that they do with Troy is the worst thing in all of Star Trek. I said it in my video, and I'll say it again. The way they treat Troy in Star Trek Nemesis is the worst thing that Star Trek has done. And they've done some terrible things. Besides maybe Code of Honor. I'll put an asterisk. Code of Honor is pretty bad, too. But the way they treat Troy in that movie is absolutely horrible. So, see, the thing with Final Frontier, Maisie Summers, I will actually. So I totally understand if people put the Final Frontier below Nemesis, because I think Final Frontier is definitely a worse made movie. But the thing with the Final Frontier is I can have fun with it. Like, I laugh and enjoy. Like, I've had one of my birthday parties was I got drunk with a bunch of my friends when we watched the Final Frontier. It is fun to get drunk and watch the Final Frontier. It's not exactly fun to watch Nemesis, if I'm being honest. So that's why I would put Final Frontier above Nemesis, because Final Frontier I think is a much more fun movie to watch. So. Hey Brian, good to see you. Glad you were able to join us right at the end of work. Yeah, I mean, I have no current plans to do a video on Code of Honor. I know I mentioned in another video that I do want to talk about Code of Honor, because I do. There's a lot to be said about Code of Honor. But I don't have any current plans on the docket to do it in the immediate future, but it is on my radar of something that I need to do at some point. Yeah, that was a fun birthday. I got a bunch of friends over. We got drunk. We watched the Final Frontier and then Spock's Brain, which was a very fun birthday and a very nerdy birthday. Let's just be honest. I am not someone who's like, let's go out and get super, super drunk at a party. My birthday is let's get drunk and watch the Final Frontier. So that's my level of nerdiness. Yeah, have you noticed how firm your boobs are? Yeah, that was a whole thing in Insurrection. Though I do like having firm boobs. Yay, breast augmentations. They're fun. Sorry, trans stuff. The weird, like, trans bit where it's like, you know, we shouldn't talk about someone's boobs, but also I paid, you know, money for the boobs, so I kind of want them to be appreciated. So, there you go. Let's see. Star Trek Continues. What are your thoughts on the fan series Star Trek Continues? I haven't watched it all the way through, but I've seen 2 episodes of it. The Apollo one and then the Mirror Universe one that they did. I thought it was really good. I know that there's some behind the scenes stuff with that show that was a bit blah, not great. I might be wrong on that though. I might be confusing with another one. But from what I saw of Star Trek Continues, I thought it was really good. I thought they did a very great job of like doing a sort of modern day original series, and I thought the episodes were well written and good explorations of older ideas. So, what is your favorite final episode of a Star Trek series season? Oh, of a season, not overall, so not like a series finale. I mean, Best of Both Worlds Part 1 is definitely solid. I was going to say The Expanse, but I don't like The Expanse all that much as an episode, but I like what it sets up in Star Trek Enterprise. What else is there? I mean, obviously, All Good Things is great as a series finale. I'm trying to think of like other last episodes of a season. What was the original series last episode? I forget what the original series last episode of season 1 or 2 was. Season 3 was Turnabout Intruder, which is an awful episode. But so I mean, if I had to pick one, probably either Best of Both Worlds or All Good Things, but I'd have to see a complete list in front of me to be able to confirm that. So Scorpion Part 1 actually is also pretty solid as well. So let's see. The guy who plays Captain Kirk has a lot of controversy around him. Yeah, William Shatner does have a little bit of controversy around him. Just a little bit. Let's see. Okay. So, I am going to keep talking, but I am going to take a second. So, I'm going to take one quick second here to give everyone a treat. So, hopefully everyone's still sticking around. So, I have a treat for everybody that I will... I'll talk about Star Trek Enterprise Davlin in a little bit, but I have a little bit of a treat for everybody. So last week, I mentioned in my live stream that there was a certain video that I have of a certain other YouTube creator whose name rhymes with Heave Hives. And so his name rhymes with Heave Hives. And I said, you know, I have this video. I think it's very funny. It made me laugh. But I didn't feel comfortable sharing it because that creator I didn't have his permission to share it. So someone, I don't know if it's one of you out there, in the live stream, I forget who it was, but someone in the live stream mentioned in one of Steve's live streams that I happened to be in that it's Steve Shives. If anyone had caught on that, I can end that bit. He basically, someone asked him about it, and Steve gave his permission for me to play it. So it's not 4 minutes. I was wrong. I a bit exaggerated it. It's about like a minute and a half of Steve laughing for a video that I did a few weeks ago. Maybe a couple months ago. I've lost all track of time, but it was like we were doing that bit where at the end of the episode of like a Star Trek episode, people just sit and laugh for a really long time. They do this like a bunch of times in Star Trek, where it's like someone makes like a joke, like, "Oh, Spock, you feeling emotions." Corey, it was you, Corey. That's amazing. So it was like, "Oh, Spock, you are so funny," and then everyone on the ship just laughs for an awkwardly long time. Well, for a video that I was doing, I had all the actors involved laugh for an incredibly long time, and Steve was one of those, and Steve's was hysterical. So I didn't use all of it in the video because I was cutting between people, but I have just raw footage of Steve Shives just saying his name, or just laughing for a solid minute and a half. So I'm going to play it. It's going to cut right to it. So the way this is, thank you so much, Christopher. I really appreciate that. I am so glad. I'm sending you love and hope as well. I really appreciate that. So I will be back, and you'll be able to, in fact, you'll be able to see me as we watch this video because I have it like set up so you'll see my face and voice. But we're about to watch the full minute and a half video of Steve laughing, and I gotta pull it up because I won't be able to hear it on my OBS. So let me just quick see if I can pull it up on the live stream, so I'll be able to watch along with you all. And then once I pull it up, it's gonna jump right into it. So I'll switch it and I'll jump right into it. Okay. So I'm just gonna pull it up real quick. All right, ready? We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. out of my mic there. Oh, thank you so much. Light Halcyon, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That is way, way, way too kind. I greatly appreciate that. Hopefully, is my volume better now, everybody? I want to make sure I am at a good volume for everybody. But thank you so much. That is way too nice, and I will get a nice pizza when I come back. Is my volume back now, or do you need it more? Still good? There, are we good? Did everyone hear my thank you to, I just want to make sure Light Halcyon hears their thank you. Well, Light Halcyon, hopefully you heard it, and I really appreciate that, and I will definitely be getting a good pizza when I move in on Monday, so I really appreciate that so much. So, anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed Steve's really long laughter. Yeah, audio's a little low. Let me put it back up a little bit more. There we go. But yeah, no, that video brought me a bunch of joy. I really appreciate it. So, oh, and thank you, Enforcer 6K. Oh my, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Sending you a heart. So. Yeah, this glorious clockwork. Maybe you should show up in the live streams earlier and you would know when I'm moving. But yes, I'm moving on Monday. So there you go. Well, I'm moving on Friday, actually. I'll be in Seattle on Monday. So. Let's see. KT Dunn. I'll say KT Dunn. Would you rather be a vampire or a werewolf? Ooh, good question, Wicked Wolf. I'll answer this, then I might end the stream. Because I'm kind of tired and I need to reserve my energy for the Star Trek Discovery review tonight. But I'll answer that question: vampire or werewolf. So that's a hard one. I feel like my initial thought would be I would want to be a vampire because I would like to live forever and I'd still have like autonomy. But you also do like I would want to live forever. Just period. If I can make that wish to be immortal, 100% make that wish today. None of this like, oh yeah, being immortal is actually just a curse. No, screw that stuff. I want to be immortal. That's my main wish. Be the first wish I'd ever do. But you also do have to sell your soul to the devil, which is kind of a bad thing. Don't really like that. Like if I would get to be like a sparkly vampire from Twilight, I'm 100% down for that. I'll take the sparkly vampire route any day, 100%. Not even a question. But if it's like I have to sell my soul to the devil vampire, yeah, I'd probably go with werewolf. I'd probably do that. But if Disco 70, I agree. If it's a what we do in the shadows kind of vampire, I would 100% do that. All right. So, just to let everyone know, like I said, I just want to sort of wrap out saying a few final words on a few important things. As I said, I'm going to be moving on Friday, and next week will probably be a little less videos. I probably will still get my Discovery review out. I will definitely get my video on Friday out. That's already been shot and filmed and uploaded, so you don't need to worry about that. There will be at least a Friday video, probably a Discovery review. I might shoot another video or two this week to prepare for next week. But we'll see. I'm not gonna guarantee that. It sort of depends on how much energy I have tomorrow. If I have enough time to film something, if I have enough energy to film something before that. But you'll at least get 2 videos next week. But I also just want to say thank you to all of you out there. Like I said in my initial video, this move really is gonna mean a lot to me. Like I said, this week has been kind of hell because it's like 90 degrees, and it's just a reminder of why LA just is not good for my mental health in a lot of ways. It's been kind of a rough week even without all the packing, and one thing that's gotten me through is knowing that I'm moving. And the idea of being in Seattle next week just excites me and encourages me, and the very fact that I'm going to get to do a really cool job, I'm so pumped about. But like, even more on top of that, like, I'm only able to do all of that because of all of you. This channel, and also this glorious clockwork, by the way, also played a big role in my mental health, like keeping my mental health up throughout all of this for separate reasons that I won't mention on this chat, but this glorious clockwork knows. You helped me very much over this past year, but This past year was very, very difficult mentally for me, ever since I had to leave Seattle in the first place. This channel is, and this community that has grown over the past year, has continually encouraged me, continually pushed me forward, continued to show me that my voice has value, that I have things worth saying, and that I can say things that other people will respond to and be thoughtful about, and will respond back to me with their own wonderful thoughts and ideas and encouragement. And financially, it has also been super helpful too. Like, this channel has definitely helped me out financially in so many ways, not the least of which is being able to take this risk and like pay for this move to Seattle. So I definitely don't want to undersell financial stuff, but I think what's more important to my spirit and my soul is the very fact that this community is so vibrant and kind. I love the fact that I can sit here for an hour and rant on a live stream once a week and just hang out with all of you, and we get to joke and make weird fun of stuff. I get to say KT done over and over and over again, KT, if you're still listening, and make someone giggle, and you guys all have just so thoughtful questions and ideas and thoughts. So and I've been able to connect with really cool people, not just big name people like, you know, doing stuff with Steve or other things, but like just all of you out there, like seeing so many of you pop up in the live stream regularly, like KT Dunn. But I just, and Kevin Scott, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. So I know I'm overdoing it and overselling it right now, but I really want to make it clear. And don't worry, this channel's still going to be going and everything. I'm still going to be doing videos, and once everything gets set up in Seattle, we'll be back on schedule with doing everything regularly. But I just really want to make clear, this channel has meant so much to me. This community has meant so much to me, and I want you to know, all of you, that you honor me with your kindness and your thoughtfulness, and your generosity and finances as well, but more importantly, your kindness and your thoughtfulness, just in being part of this community. So you are all lovely, wonderful, beautiful people, and thank you for everything that you've done for me, and will hopefully continue enabling me to do, and having this outlet to be creative and hopefully try and make the world a little bit better place by being a big nerd, and using my nerddom to talk about actual issues. So, all right, I will stop because I will rant and gush about how wonderful you people are all. I will say I will see you tonight, or kind of see you tonight, with the Star Trek Discovery premiere, so because I'm going to watch Star Trek Discovery, get that review up tonight. And then after that, after the review goes up tonight, I will see you all probably next in Seattle. So, sending you all love, stay safe, and I will see you in the near future. And Harry, thank you so much for the super chat. You are a wonderful and amazing, and I hope you all live long and prosper. Mwah. Now, how do I turn off the live stream? I accidentally closed the page that lets me turn off the live stream, so now you're going to get me for a few extra seconds. But I had a good ending, and now I screwed it up. You're all lovely people. All right, here we go. Here's the button. Wait, loading. It's loading. Oh, it's awkwardly long now. Oh, no. Oh, no. Paige, I'm trying to end the live stream, and it won't let me. All right, here we go. Here it is. All right. Love you all. Well, have a wonderful night. I'll see you all at the Star Trek Discovery Live premiere. Live long and prosper, and I'll see you all in Seattle as well.